Welcome back for more Thoughts from Tumor Town with your old buddy Bruce. And today I'm going to talk about my college radio days. So, from the pretty much from the get-go, when I got to the college, I was hitting on them for a radio show. And of course, they didn't know me from Adam. All they knew was that I had a FCC radio operator third class license, which was kind of handy. That meant I could do things with a transmitter legally. So that added some value to me. But they put me through the ringer, which was just kind of silly. They made me do some things, like, a little demo in front of them. Then they made me make a demo show to play for them so they could see that I could actually do something, blah, 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 blah. Went through all these little hoops. And finally, they gave us a show. And we did a 2-hour show. I think it was a 9 to 11, something like that, or 8 to 10, something like that, every Sunday night. And me and my buddy Jerry did it. My old buddy Bruce from the Treehouse Gang would give me records because he had records galore. He would give me stacks of records every few weeks that I could use, to augment our playlist. So we had far more than what the station had to offer. And so every Sunday, Jerry and I would go down to the station with our records, our marijuana, and our ice chest of beer, and we would play for a couple of hours. What I would end up doing, essentially, is I was playing intramural, I guess not even intramural, really. It was just local soccer. I was a goalkeeper on a little local soccer team. And we would play Saturday mornings. So after the games, I would go and recuperate my sore ankles and whatnot and sit on the floor in my bedroom, and I would write material for the radio show Sunday night. I would write, think of it as like Saturday Night Live in a sense, right? I would do fake commercials, fake newscasts, fake little, parodies of TV shows, whatever I could think of. And that's what we did. We pre-produced little things, so the station had like a pre-produced opening, little, what we call bumpers, station IDs, whatever. It was called the Retreat Production Radio Network. And, Peter Guzzi was our, Walter Cronkite, our top news guy, with Jack on the Scene as our big reporter. We had a serial, Super Jock and Kid Brief, which was a little stupid comedy serial we did, We had Shern Gabern and the Retreat Production Radio Network Orchestra. We had all sorts of stuff. Well, the lady, Florence What's-Her-Head, that they did a movie on, who really couldn't sing opera but wanted to. I had one of her albums. So we used that, as part of our stuff. And we just, would play music. Then we would do some recorded stuff. We would do live stuff. And we just had fun. Some of the crazy stuff we did was one night I had Jerry get ready inside the studio. Then I got extra cable. And I ran the microphone all the way out to my car in the parking lot. And so I was listening to the station. I heard it click over, turned it off. So you hear me turn my car off, get out, walk off the steps, down into the basement. I go to the bathroom, I pee. I then go into the studio, and Jerry's like, "Whoa, what are you doing, man? We've been on the air for the last 5 minutes. Wow, are you kidding me? Put some music on, Excuse the coughing, it's the cancer. I can't stop it. Stuff like that. We just did crazy little things like that. We had a buddy come in one night and act like he was a radical radio CB guy, and he took over the station, had all sorts of demands. We only played Gene Pitney music all night. We did that. We did a radio health telethon one night to raise money so we could find diseases for people who didn't have any to complain about. We did all sorts of stuff. We had wonderful sponsors. Grunt's Brewery, the pale stale ale with the foam on the bottom. Flush twice. It's a long way to Grunt's Brewery. All these sorts of things. And we did that show every night for, I believe, 3 years, maybe a little bit more. The only night we missed was because there was such a huge card on the pro wrestling deal that Sunday that we had to do it. And I had my buddy play a recording of an old show, and we went and did it. Did the wrestling. What are you going to do? When you've got a big, it's going to be hell break loose show in the wrestling. You go, right? You go. So, but we never missed a night. And we were there summers when school was out, when students were away. We still did our show every single Sunday. And it was a lot of fun. I should have had and kept more recordings of it than I did. I've got some, but not that much. And, it was just something I really enjoyed doing and Jerry really enjoyed doing. And, the fact that we could do it and get away with it back then was just astounding, that we could sit in that station and smoke tobacco, smoke marijuana, drink beer, and do the craziness we did. And nobody said a word. It was really kind of weird. But, we enjoyed it. We had fun. And that was one of the things I'd always wanted to do when I was in college. So I got that opportunity, and I am very glad to have had that experience. So it was just one of many in college, but it was a good one. All right. Peace. Hang 10. See you on the next one.